everybody, it's Pajama Life with our review of Enola Holmes 3, the X-Men 97, and House of the Dragon with a special guest. Let's go.
Life was everything I wanted it to be.
Enola Eudora Holmes, will you take I, Ernest Augustus of the House of Tewkesbury, to be your husband?
Yes. He has a first name. I was surprised too.
Given the family's history, I presume the wedding will be in Malta?
Malta? Malta. It will be great. I've spent the last 6 years making myself feel worthy of the Holmes name. Would I now be giving that up? I do.
Lady Enola Tewkesbury.
It doesn't sound right. I don't know. Can I love him without losing myself?
Enola, it's me!
Dr. Watson! Why? Why are you pursuing me?
It's your brother. Sherlock has been kidnapped.
Hey everybody, it's Pajama Life, and we are talking about a lot of shows with a lot of cliffhangers. And with me is this guy, Patrick. Say hey to the people.
Hey, everybody. Glad you're here.
And David should be popping on here in a sec. But what did you think of Enola Holmes, which is based on a book?
Well, I have not read the book, but I have read all the Sherlock Holmes books, the original author Conan Doyle ones, and they're delightful. This is an interesting expansion of the canon. Not really canon, but it's fanfic, for real. But I enjoy they've done good job casting. The stories are in the vein of the actual originals. The smartness of them, and it definitely has a feel of the nod to the Robert Downey Jr. films where they have to do the slow-mos and here's the thoughts and here I'm all the side talks and everything. Overall, really good. Like I said, Millie Bobby Brown does such a good job with the breaking the fourth wall stuff. She's every bit Ryan Reynolds equal for breaking fourth walls. So I enjoyed it. Very nice.
Yeah, it's a very cute show. There's some Gen Z stuff in there, like why she got on full eyeshadow, mascara, and plumped lips. That's kind of like, wait a minute now. Come on now. You got to kind of make it like it was back then. Use some Korean skincare beauty secrets. But that is just very minor. It is super cute. I don't know if I enjoyed it as much as the other two, but it definitely has a huge reveal, and the Moriarty character is very interesting take on that character in this story. I thought it was really interesting. But I didn't understand why they went to Malta. I was like, I don't know. I guess somebody said, well, I feel like I want to go to someplace sunny. Let's go to Malta. Or it's cheap to film there or something. I was like, that don't make no sense. I don't care. You have to suspend your logic and reason on some of these. And who's gonna kidnap Superman? My favorite Superman at that. I was like, come on now. Them little bitty dudes were gonna kidnap Clark Kent? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it was quite an enjoyable show. Helena Bonham Carter is delightful, as Pat likes to say. She's always excellent. And it has a very feminist kind of take to the movie, because I really like the discussion of Sherlock Holmes saying, why are you doing this? You just trying to fit in with everybody else? Don't you want to be your own person? And you have our name. Which reminds me of the drama I went through at my wedding about my name versus my maiden name. But that's neither here nor there. But definitely Sherlock Holmes reimagined as Enola Holmes. I hope there's a fourth movie, because this was very delightful. So we'll see. But we definitely think Enola Holmes 3. Definitely check it out. All right. Up next, I hope David comes in. Up next, dun, 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 it's been a 2-year wait. And here it is, my favorite anime cartoon show growing up, X-Men 97. Let's take a look.
The X-Men are scattered through time. In the past, from the start of Apocalypse's reign.
Months after the X-Men's disappearance, the school they once called home sits in ruin.
The X-Men are off the grid and our world's going to hell.
You want us to be part of your Black Ops team?
This is dangerous. Once you're in, you're in. The only ones left to stop Apocalypse are us.
X-Force's blatant acts of rebellion will not be tolerated. X-Factor will not rest until these fugitives are brought to justice.
Peace out, losers!
We gotta get the X-Men back to the 90s.
And I thought inventing time travel was going to be the hard part.
Nice try, lady, but these brains have already been scrambled.
We got some of the future episodes in the trailer. Oh boy, Pat, what did you think of X-Men 97?
I didn't get to see all the stuff that was out, but I am familiar with the original works, The Days of Future Past. It was a great story arc, and they're kind of varying from the originals a bit. Kitty Pryde's not there. You got Morph instead for the comedic relief, the youngster, the whatever you want to call it, basically the leavening agent and the whole thing to kind of be funnier. But I do enjoy the animated stuff. Like I said, the only thing I always run into is that they have such great stories already written. Why do we need to try to vary them from the originals? I also understand that copyrights and stuff, they probably had to do some things in order to get the rights to continue on. Overall, really nice. I mean, it reminds me of the Saturday morning cartoons when I was a kid, so it is definitely a nostalgia fest for me. I do enjoy it, and I love the X-Men. So there you are.
Me too. And of course, I always have to brag that my cousin is the executive producer, Larry Houston, of the show. And if you watch my channel, I had a chance to actually meet Storm in real life at the Comic-Con here. I about lost my mind. Let me tell you, she is as beautiful and amazing as the voice you hear. But Pat, you know what I'm going to say, right?
I don't know, but you always say things that I don't. I'm always shocked. So keep going.
Time travel. Why did they have to do time travel? The bane of my existence. No, I didn't want time travel.
It's the Days of Future Past. Of course, there's time travel. It's right there in the title.
I like it, and so that part I'm not too jazzed on. It was interesting how they went to the ancient Egypt time to talk about Insamanur, who then becomes Apocalypse. And it was interesting to see how the mistakes they keep making end up putting them back in the same spot that they keep being in. Because, if somebody's bad, they just bad. That's just it. They bad. So the manipulation that Charles keeps trying to do, he's not accepting that this is who this dude is. And same with Magneto. Magneto's still playing the game. And I'm like, Charles, will you ever learn? But I thought that I'm still confused about Cable and Nathan and him going back and forth. And it's just so convoluted. I love it. I don't care. I always will love X-Men. But it's a lot of threads to kind of pull together and seeing how they're going to weave them. I don't know.
You know, I would offer a counterpoint to your disagreement with everybody always trying to do the right thing. These guys that's what they do. They're superheroes. They're always trying to find the best in people, whether it's Apocalypse, whether it's Magneto. You know, I mean, that's what makes them so popular. They're always trying to find the right, even in people you know are wrong, and hopefully bring them to the right way. I mean, they're just fixing things is what they're doing. And I do like that. That's an aspect I do like.
I mean, I'm not saying, but at some point you got to recognize who somebody is too.
Oh, if you keep going further back and start further in the path and try to fix things, I mean, that's...
It still didn't work though, right?
If you're working with time travel, let's go back.
It didn't work. And then they made it worse because it was a manipulation that he saw through and then was like, hey, you're not trying to help me. You're trying to keep me from my destiny. So zap. And then the Eternal, I was like, oh, okay. I don't know who she is. She's beautiful. I like her. But I'm like, okay, who is this? Now another character. And then that guy from the old X-Men cartoon, is that the jokey guy who took Charles and then led him through what happened with Apocalypse? I don't know. That guy, I'm like, here's another big baddie. I don't really know who he is. So it's a lot. It's a lot. Cousin, it's a lot. Eric Lewald and Julia Lewald. It's a lot. It's a lot. Pare it down for us, you know. But it certainly is a nostalgic fest, and I love it. The animation looks good. And I hope it continues on. I hope it doesn't have such a long wait in between. I know, Pat, you had a problem with that with, you know, the House of the Dragon. But this one, I'm kind of like, what's taking y'all so long? Back in the 90s, we got 23 episodes every year. So, like, y'all doing like 8 or 10 episodes. It's taking y'all 10 years. Come on now. We need more. I need more. So, but definitely, I think we both agree to check out X-Men 97. And we'll come back at the end and talk about the series this year's, all these episodes. So come back. Of course, we'll always do X-Men because we have a connection. All right. All right. Up next, and we have a special guest to talk about the House of the Dragon this week. Rhaenyra triumphant or Rhaenyra broke is a joke? Let's take a look.
You are the Queen of Dragons. What strength is your legitimacy?
All eyes look to me now. Must justify my father's faith in me.
At any rate, we must begin.
Your resources are small and your hazards are many.
My purpose is to restore the rightful line to the Iron Throne.
He's a claimant to the throne. You're going to have to kill him.
You may not rule and remain yourself. You will do things that your heart would have recoiled from.
I dispute that I must become what I am not.
Time will tell.
Hey, we have a special guest right here. She might look familiar. Dragon fan, Monica. All right, Monica, say hey to the people.
Hello, people. Hey, you House of Dragon fans. Woo! Excited. My name is Monica. I am Pamela's eldest sibling. And we have a lot in common.
She's a huge House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones fan. So I said, why not come on and talk about it? We have
day one.
Today. All right. Yeah, she's a day one. I'm like a
day
year
one.
All right. So So let's talk about this week's episode, Rhaenyra's Triumphant. See, this is why you don't eat at everybody's house. Pat, talk about what you thought of this week's episode of House of the Dragon.
Well, Matt Smith is talking sense, I'm going to say, for real. He's telling her she needs to fix some things. And, you're not going to be friends with everybody. And you're not going to make, this is not a popularity contest where she's still trying to play it's a popularity contest. I'm, of course, going to be popular because I was told to do that. Nobody cares. Everybody wants to be in charge, and everybody sees a power vacuum. Yeah, you're going to have to break some eggs to make this omelet, is what and he's basically telling her that, and she does not want to hear this. And you see a little bit of it there, and she's starting to harden up here, figuring out, maybe Doctor Who's got this right. We got to take charge of things and fix a few things. And it's enjoyable still. Like I said, it's just that long gap, and they're doing what Rings of Power should have done, where they're making a fairly good narrative based on a very sketchy outline that was given to you in House of Dragon. And I can look over and see one.
Blood, right?
Fire and Blood. Yeah, I'm looking over at my books to see where it is. But yes, so I mean, they're doing a good job. I feel really good about the way that they're fleshing out the bare bones that were laid out in the books. Like I said, the long gap made me lose interest. It's coming back a little bit now that I'm starting to watch it again. But at the same time, I'm still not all together on who's who and stuff. Who's House of Mormont, who's with the River Runs, the Riverlands. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on that if you're not keeping my interest, there's just George Martin's books have monstrous large casts and monstrous large worlds. Yeah. That if you're not really invested in it, and just a casual reader like I am, you kind of lose the thread. So it's getting me back. I'm there. I mean, again, the visual's still spectacular.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, everybody dies in these, and I get it. Don't get attached to anybody. That is the one rule. The one rule I would tell you if you were ever watching a George R. R. Martin, do not get attached to anybody. They're all going to die, and most of them are going to die horribly. So there's couple good beheadings right there. Couple good beheadings.
I want to be.
I'm not going to tell you who. People get whacked. I'm just saying. It's like a mob movie.
No, Monica, talk about what you think. This episode.
Oh, where should I start? For number one, the money. Where is the money, honey? I mean, you walk in the door as Queen prancing. Here you come. You like, okay, I'm about to sit on that seat. Then you go back to small council, and you don't even have those little marble balls to even say, okay, whose turn is it? They even stole the marble balls. Okay, these people went deep with their thievery and their deception. And another thing that I was just so blown away with is the whole Corliss situation. How Corliss totally went in and disrespected Rhaenyra. I think it was a better way to be able to do that without involving all of the other people, because at the whim, don't nobody even know these the sons of that they're his sons, didn't even know the sons at all. And for you to all of a sudden jump in and say, hey, I got these two sons, now legitimize them because I did all this for you. I just feel like it was a better way. It was not the time. Rhaenyra was on one, because we know during that time, because of the stress and everything, she was dealing with a little bit of everything, not just one thing. She was dealing with all kind of rats running in and out of the castle, the rats that are the people that were conspiring against her. She was pissed off at Baela, because when she walked by and Baela said something, she looked at her like, and I'm still not done with you. So she was pissed off then. And then you just had everything just coming down on her. And she really wants to be that queen, like the way her father led, that kept the realm together. She really wanted to be that one. But she has to remember, Rhaenyra, you're the first queen ever. You know, coming
it's
in.
hard being the first. The
only reason why she is able to stand the amount of time that she's standing right now is because of Daemon. People like when the gold cloak, she was like, "Thank you for your service," and he was like, "I've been with Daemon for 20 years, and I thank Daemon." So the disrespect on a passive aggressive way was always there, and he was just showing that if it wasn't for Daemon, I wouldn't be standing here right now. So that part I enjoyed.
But Corliss, I mean, I kind of see Corliss's point. His house, his drift mark, his money,
his woman,
his wife, their dragon.
The
his
dragon.
son is gone. His named heir is gone.
Right.
And all of it in defense of Rhaenyra and his the promise that the heirs are gonna be together, and this is gonna be so. Corliss is like, look, bitch, I done all this. You gotta come up. You gotta help me right now. And she, to her credit, she's like, hey, not right now. I'm 5 hours into my ascension, and I got all these problems. Give me a minute to get things sorted out, and then I'll take care of you. And he's like, what the hell? That was a bunch of bastards, and you trying to talk about my bastards, but then it's like, man, you had 20 years to recognize these kids.
Right.
And even your wife was like, now you shameful for not recognizing these boys. And, and so I kind of see both sides, but he wasn't there when his brother got his whole head sliced in half for talking about the kids being bastards, and he did it in front of somebody who could go and gossip about it. So he put himself in a very precarious position, but that temper, that family got that temper. And it's not gonna
Can I interject one more thing? Can I interject one more thing? What I really want to inject with that whole, did you need to say something, Pat?
No, go ahead. I'll continue afterwards.
What I was thinking is when Lenore, the son, left, I think that was a good time for her to pull Corliss to the side and say, Corliss, I hate to have to tell you this, but your son was not him that died in the fire. We had to orchestrate this in order to show forth that your son he was of a different nature. And we were not trying to reveal all of that. Things were coming to a head. He did not want to be with me. He didn't want to be living this type of lifestyle. So we all agreed on the terms that was going on with as far as having the kids by him, being able to stay out and be away and just show up when the babies was born and hand them off and let them say, hey, these are my children. It was just, okay, she could have really set Corliss down secretively and really let him know what they did. And that his son and heir, that was his choice. And that was it. That would have.
Even you could go and find him and bring his ass back. I mean,
bring him back
for the realm's sake. Bring him back.
At least bring him back so his daddy could see him. And let him know what was going on and how that just all. But I can understand her overwhelmedness because how everything went down. It was not no cakewalk into that throne room. You know, it had to be some heads thrown and some fighting.
Literally.
And Damon was on 10. He was just he was beating up everybody. Didn't nobody have a chance with him.
No.
Right. You know.
And my other part is, okay, the banquet. This is why you can't eat at everybody's house. How you gonna sit these noblemen and women down and then blah blah? Ah! I've been like, wait a minute.
It did look like it was well prepared, Rat, though.
And too much longer, that is all they gonna have to eat because
right.
Anywhere. But I thought, but you know, Damon kind of told her, he's like, I don't know about this one because you need these allies to help you. Nobody's really got her back. But we got old boy from the Harry what is that, the Fantastic Beasts series. He's so I watched this thing about it. He's a Manderly. So and the Manderleys apparently are very powerful, very, very true to the throne, and he is really going to end up helping her in the stories. From what I understand, that family always has their back. So they are very, you know, politically strong family, in addition to being quite wealthy because they're also seafaring. And but they just know how to maneuver these politics. Now I have to say one thing about Viserys. He did Rhaenyra wrong. And really, if she was going to be the heir, then she needed to sit by his side everywhere and understand the politics, sit her down so that she really understood what was going on. And actually, Alicent had a better schooling in terms of how to run the realm. She did it for 12 years under
being the regent.
Yeah. And so she needed to be that person who was the one who Viserys really took under his wing and taught her how to rule. Because Viserys was a better ruler. Because unlike Damon, he wasn't always trying to stab and murder everybody who got in his way. He was
sometimes you gotta stab some people.
Yeah.
I mean, she if he had been planning ahead, and if Rhaenyra was truly his pick, which she was, he needed to have her serve an apprenticeship underneath him, just like you know. And here, learn how statecraft works. Here's how I do this. Here's how you deal with these people because they're kind of the problem. And here's how, but we need to keep them because of this, you know, all this stuff. Instead of just saying, "Oh, I'm about to die. You're in charge," you know, dead. and it's like,
and then the Alicent, the dream, Aegon's the dream.
Aegon, that's all she heard was Aegon.
So he just wanted to build this little city, and he was like, "Look, Alicent, she seemed like she liked it. Let's let her do it." And so he really abdicated his responsibility. So she's never really learned how to rule. So she's always having to play catch up and depend on people to help her. Now that she's kind of on the outs with Corlys, he was really, you know, kind of her hand and strong arming these other people to make sure they were doing right by her. So I don't know how that's going to fare in the future. We'll see. But definitely, and one other problem with this episode was the whole attempted assault scene of Alicent by that guy.
By what's his name? Jamie? James?
What's his name? The master of coin dude.
Yeah, him, that guy.
That didn't make any sense to the narrative. It was just thrown in there and it didn't really match and fit. Him alone would have gotten his head chopped off because he was bold enough to go to Damon at Harrenhal and be like, "Hey man, you know, nobody really likes her. We want you really to be the king." And Damon looked at him like, "I didn't think you were a turncoat." So that alone should have got his head chopped off instead of this whole grape scene that they had.
But you seen Damon, he opened up his mouth, had the audacity to say, "Oh, tell my lady." He was like, "Wait a minute, dude. You were just up there trying to take somebody's, and then here you come, want him to relay a message to your wife. Boy, bye."
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like, but that whole they could have left that part out. That's the only part I didn't like. I was like, that's trash. But all in all, great episode. I think we
great episode how they started too with Allison just out of her mind because she see her daddy laying there headless, you know, and in her mind she's thinking, oh my God, she has just totally not went according to what our plan was. But Allison, your plan wasn't working because when you got back home, Eamon was still there. When you got back home, so you had to manipulate him on out the door so that your plan could, speed up and take place.
Yeah, but her plan was, I don't know how she could be so holier than thou. Her plan was, well, yeah, go on and kill my son. And then, if you get to the other one, that's okay too, because I really don't give a damn about either of them. Right. But just leave my baby girl alone.
Leave her alone. Yeah. So, that was just
supposed to go and raise some chickens.
Right.
So
she was
but so I'm like, Allison, you really sit up here, like, for real?
I mean, have an attitude. Oh, we can't forget, you guys, the whole Darren, her other son, how they manipulate. How did Damon get past that? He should have told that little boy, go over there and grab your dragon and let's go.
Did you see kind of in the picture, the dragons kind of were looking like, who is this? That don't smell like nobody. The dragon was looking kind of crazy. But
Allison was looking crazy. She was looking like,
and that guy had that smirk on his face.
Right.
He kind of had that smirk on his face. Like, okay, nephew, go on and be with your family now.
Right.
And meanwhile, he's like,
be strong.
Good.
And all along it was wrong because I was looking like, okay, don't the regular one have red hair? But then I thought, well, did they dye his hair? But it don't look like the same person, that you saw being his steward, or what is it called? He was the person that was his squire. He was his squire the whole time. And he was real quiet though. You noticed that. He never, was in communication, talked too much or whatever. Yeah. But he turned to he twisted on him on that one.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he got him on that
one. And then her look on her face, like, but see, that's how she steal that shit, because she should have played it off to save her son. And once again, she like, I don't give a damn about them boys. They trash anyway. That ain't my son.
So she could have said, hey, baby, come on over here. And that would have took the heat off of her real son that was out there. And, at the end of the day, I just thought it was really funny. Why would y'all leave them with a dragon anyway? You would have either killed the dragon or did something, brought that dragon, but you're not going to let them stand over there with that dragon. I don't care if you got 10 dragons over here. You're going to get that dragon. Go get that dragon. You got 3 dragons that's going to keep that little dragon in control while y'all flying south or north or wherever y'all flying. But anyway, it's been good talking about my show with you guys. And you got to call me and bring me back in again so we can turn it up some more.
We certainly will. And that will do it for us this week. Next week, of course, we'll talk about House of the Dragon. And we'll also talk about this great series, second season, Avatar: The Last Airbender. So definitely come back and join us. Pat, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, everybody. Hopefully, as cool you are, and hopefully you weren't pulling for Norway to win like I was.
No, the Viking run has ended. Monica, say goodnight to the people.
Good night, people.
And we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay.